How are you? Come on in. Happy Monday. Good to have you here today. You're not grumpy today, are you? I mean, I know we talked about grumpy on Friday's show. Got emails saying, thanks, Scott. A reminder not to be grumpy. It happens, right? Life goes on. Today, because life does go on and because life throws challenges at you, I have realized the more I've done this work, which is well over 20 years now, and the more that I've been alive, which is well over 20 years now, it's the basics. Yes, it's skill. It's learning to get what you want and manage life, but it's the basics that help us be happy and succeed today. Some basics. If you've been there before, done the basics, a reminder. If it's your first time, a lesson. How's that? It is the Daily Boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day, but it's a little bit more than that. So come here real close before we get started today. For those of you who are wondering, okay, he's going to give me a boost. I am today. Listen closely between the lines. What you need to hear oftentimes comes out in those moments, those between the line moments, the click, as I call it. It's that thing that I say and the way that I say that thing that you go, whoa, that thing kind of works in my thing. Listen closely for that. And sometimes some folks will get mad at me because I get maybe a little real. I don't get mean. I don't get mad. You might get mad at me because some of the best motivation I've had in my life is when somebody kicked me in the butt, told me to get my butt out the door, get my act together, and come on back when I've got it together. That ever happened to you? It's happened to me. Now, I'm not going to do that real hard today. Maybe a little bit if that's okay. Just a little. I'm sure you can play. How are you? My name is Scott Smith. I'm the founder and the chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Yes, I gave myself the title. Well, actually, my friend Tom gave it to me. It was over chicken wings and a beer. Imagine that. You start on your dream. You're going to do a fitness channel. You're going to help people get in shape and feel great. And the entire business plan written on a napkin with chicken wing sauce and a beer in my hand. But that was 20 years ago. We've evolved. Good to have you here today as we get into another good week and get into the holiday season. It's going to be busy. And it's going to be busy. Get ready for it. I know it's a surprise to some of you that, what, Scott? The craziness of the holidays? I don't have any money this year. I got stressed this year. There's so much to do. Where'd that come from? It's never happened to me before. Okay. Prepare. Fourth week live on the YouTube channel. Well, not live. We'll be live maybe in the next week or two here. If you haven't seen me in my new look, come on and say hi. Just go to dailyboostpodcast.com/YouTube. I'm there. And also, I got to start my Monday the only way I know how. This is something I've been asking since 2006, so keep it quick today so we can get into the basics, but this is a basic, actually. It's the homework assignment I give you. It's one simple question. If you don't like homework, then this is time to start liking it. Ask yourself, how's my life going? Then sit back and let it flood in. Listen, if you don't ask how is my life going to yourself, very few people are going to sit down and ask you, hey, dude, how's your life going? It happens, yes, but not usually. People are usually concerned about their own life. So ask, how's my life going? Is it going really well? Do you need to make a change? Is it in the middle and you're like, That kind of, to me, okay, come here real close. Most of the people that I deal with directly, it's not the good thing. It's not the bad thing. It's the middle thing that drives them insane. So I don't care where it is, but when this show's done today, take a few minutes, ask yourself, how's my life going? And wait for the answers. And then like in 2.5 days, you're going to start getting all kinds of ideas of how to fix it. Okay. Let's get into the 9 principles that I think you need for success. Again, very basic stuff. So some of you guys are fancy. Some of you guys know this stuff. You've read a whole bunch of books. I don't know if you read as many as I have. I've read a bunch of books. I've read so many books now that I read books again, going, did I read that book? Then I realize I have 2 copies on the shelf, maybe 3 sometimes. It's crazy. Just read a lot. The more you read, the more you elevate, the more you learn, the happier life is. So since you've done all that, you've forgotten all this stuff. So let's go. I want you to acknowledge something. That everything that you are doing is coming from your emotions that are deep within you. Now, we live in a day and age where emotions seem to be leading the way, but even if you're a very logical person, you got to admit these emotions get to you sometimes. Sometimes those emotional people make you upset, don't they? What are they so emotional for? I'm logical. Why? No. You're being emotional when you get mad at emotional people, okay? Just acknowledge it, accept it. Everything is there. You're an emotional person. It's coming from within. We can logically think it out later, but just accept it. So today, when you go through your day, everything you're doing, or more importantly, everything everybody else is doing, when they walk in your door and you're like, well, where'd that come from? Just got a call from somebody that made their day not as good as they thought it would be. Emotions, it's everything. Okay, seek out someone you respect today. Seek out someone, a mentor, if you will, that's going to call you on your stuff. Let them call you on your stuff. And when they call you on your stuff, let them keep you honest. I went to an event recently and I took a couple of clients with me and I call them on their stuff all day, every day. That's kind of my job, right? Call them on their stuff, get their attention, give them a new path, help them out, succeed, the whole thing. So I'm at this event and somebody who I've known for a long time, very wealthy, very smart, very successful, called me on my stuff. And my client said, dude, I've never seen you called on your stuff before. I said, yeah, I know. I said, what'd you notice about it? He goes, you listen. Yeah, I said, I respect him. What else you notice? He says, well, you started changing right away. I said, Not a dumb boy here. I promise you that. Recognize there is life after a failure. The more you fail, the more success you'll have. Most people in the world that we live in today have not even tried nearly as much as you failed. They just haven't. I know it feels like everybody's better and maybe more successful than you. They haven't tried. They tried 3 times. You tried 1,000 times. Who's going to have more failures? You or them? It's okay. Read purposefully. We talked about at the beginning of the program. Don't just read anything and everything. Don't just walk in the store, walk on Kindle and see what drops in your hand and read it. Don't just take any recommendation. I had a recommendation just the other day, and I said, is it any good? Yeah, I think it's good. I said, is it worth my time? Will I get something out of it? Yeah, well, it's a lot about the stuff you already know, but I think there's a few nuggets in there. I respect the person who told me that. I bought the book right away. Purposely. Challenge yourself by being brutally honest in everything you do. Man. We've got a problem with people being honest these days. Honesty begins with yourself. Tell the truth to yourself and everybody else. Challenge yourself. Everything you do today, say, am I being honest? Doesn't mean you have to go out there and be honest and I need to be honest with you. No, you don't have to do that. Just be honest in your reactions. Are you being honest to yourself? Are you representing yourself properly? Are you representing yourself to others properly? Sometimes you're not being honest, and they know that. Reflect on where you spend most of your time. I had an exercise with a client this past week, and she said, what's my homework? And I gave her homework, and I said, pay attention to what is your passion. Pay attention to what you spend your time on. Simple exercise, right? But you'd be very surprised how fast-moving, type A people, very successful people forget to pay attention to what they enjoy doing. They probably stumbled into it before, and I believe that that's how you find most of what you want in life. You stumble into it. And when I asked her to do that, she came back the next week and blew my mind with the things she figured out by just paying attention to everything she did and then what she enjoyed and didn't. Remind yourself that there's this little thing called procrastination. You can have anything you want in life. Can't have it all at the same time, that's for sure. But you can have anything you want if you'll just get over the procrastination for it. And I've got a solid belief about procrastination. That is, most things that you're procrastinating, you don't need to do. You probably don't want to do. I mean, really, if you look at your whole procrastination list and say, do I really have to do that? Yeah, but I want to. Somebody told me to. It's on my list. It's there for 25 years. I need to get it done. No. You know what happens the day you die and your list of procrastination is sitting there? The day you die, your kids come in and they, what's this? They throw it away. Oh, stuff Dad never got to. I took my app off my Facebook app off my phone this week. I took my Slack app off my phone this week. I took every news app I ever had off my phone this week. You know what happened? Nothing. It was incredible. Nothing happened. And I don't watch for my phone to ring. It's always on silent. It always vibrates. If I want something, I turn my watch on. Let my watch tell me. Step away from the phone. Step away from social media. I'm telling you. It's an agenda be driven down your throat if you're trying to think clearly for yourself. At least come to a place like this where I'm trying to help you get through that. And even me, pay attention. Yes, I've got an agenda. I got to pay the bills too, right? To be honest with you. Step away from all that stuff. It's not serving you. And there's one thing that I think you kind of have to really pay attention to, and maybe some people don't. The single biggest asset that you have in your life, have you noticed it is your time? And have you noticed that when you recognize that if I take that and move it to the front of the stack, instead of the back of the stack like I just did, put time at the front of the stack, everything else gets very, very important. Suddenly, every single thing that you go through every single day is filtered through your lens of time and how quickly it passes. What's cool about it is once you recognize that, it starts to pass slower. Why did I not put that in the beginning? Who would have listened anyway? You wouldn't have. We got to build up the stuff. And a lot of people left the show about 80% of the way through. They missed the last part. Pay attention to time, okay? So big week coming up. I have no idea what's going to happen because I changed my system here inside the studio of where I look at my stuff, and it's no longer in front of me. I have no idea where it went. Oh, well, show goes on. I can tell you this. The new Scott Logic email is a hit. Positive, upbeat, a little bit of fun. Take you about 30 seconds to read it. It's available at motivation2move.com, all spelled out. Go get it. Not going to bug you. If you like it, keep getting it. If you don't like it, just say, hey, don't send it to me. We're cool with that. Doesn't matter. I think it will help you. And while you're there, join me on Facebook, dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. A whole lot coming up as we get into the holidays and the first of the year. It's that time of the year. As I say, I'm loaded for bear. Get ready for it. See you tomorrow.